Ooh, good afternoon, beautiful people. It is your host, Drake, B Drake with Everything Culture, and we're back with another Sunday happy hour where we get together and just have conversations within community about our week, about our month, about life, about progress, about our most recent episodes and what's been going on, not only with Everything Culture, but also within our community and our village. Let's say that. So it is what August 20th already, y'all. Years flown by. We passed halfway through. I'm already seeing Halloween decorations up everywhere. You know, it's a lot of
Right.
changes about to come.
It's making me uncomfortable,
Mm,
honestly.
mm. But you should be happy because you're getting out a little bit of the heat. The hottest have passed. You know, you're going into September. You start to cool down just a smidge in the south. You know, I got to start bringing out sweaters up here in Seattle. You know, I got a month of sweater time. So we ready. We ready. But I want to say
I guess.
quickly to everybody's in here right now. You can see one of the faces at the moment, which is Jaya that always come through. We have Pinky, we have Janet. Janet's being quiet today. Of course, we have T out there running some errands and all that. And we have a newbie with not only Janet, but also Glow with Conversations with Glow. Hey, y'all doing?
Good.
Hello.
Hey,
Good.
everybody.
See, we chilling. So with here, we just check on each other. We talk about usually, with the podcast, with Everything Culture. I don't be getting into the hot topics, but I do get space every week to talk about what's going on right now, as well as how do we support one another throughout this week or throughout time. But Glow, I would say thank you so much for inviting me on your show. I was able to have a conversation with Glow. I got to set up the makers of her very soon, but that's gonna line up. No, once again, I'm just gonna send the time and we're just gonna make something shake. But we're gonna have fun. But it was a great conversation too. I think she found out a lot about me that y'all already knew that I don't think she was ready for.
Right. Because I went to
Mm,
bed
mm, mm.
and I was like, it was like I told you on the show, it was something that I knew, like assumed, but for you to confirm, and then the stories, I was just like mind blown. Like you definitely don't look like what you went through. I can say that much.
But seriously, like I try to explain to people it's my village God in the village I came through, and you know, I could complain about life. What's that gonna do us? It made me who I am and gave me the skills and know-withal to move within certain spaces and know how to treat people a proper way too. But I know some people may experience the same thing I experienced and make different choices. But other than that, I'm grateful for what I got and where we're at right now. But once again, thank you for allowing me to come on your show and share a bit about myself and what we can do to make community a little bit better.
You're welcome, and thank you again for coming on. I greatly appreciate you a whole lot.
Yeah. Whenever it drops, let us know so we make sure to push that thing out too.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so going back, I was just touching on the community, something that's been in the video. I don't know if I made a video about this on TikTok yet, but have y'all seen the perspective of the woman sharing about how Generation X not taking care of their grandchildren? Have y'all peeped that?
Let me tell you something.
Oh, okay.
Uh, First of all, I think she was out of line, and I think she had her generations a little bit mixed up.
Mm. You know what? Let me look for that. Let me find it.
And also, she came for a broad spectrum of people because not all Gen Xers are grandparents yet.
That is the truth.
That
Some
is
of
the.
us are actually siblings to millennials, so she need to chill.
But are grandparents supposed to take care of grandkids though? Like,
That's
See,
another
they're not
question.
supposed to.
right? They can help, but
They
it's
can.
not their responsibility like that.
That's a very good point. Oh, Court has made it in the building.
Yeah, because she said that while we were at Freaknik, we had grand. I'm like, first of all, the ones who will go on the Freaknik, I mean, the ones who were of age to go to Freaknik,
It would
like
have been the X. It would have been X.
I wasn't of age to go to Freaknik until about 94. But I didn't have children, so nobody was watching, would have been watching my kids had I attended. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So I don't like it.
And I know there's some exceptions. I know there's some of us that started early. However, I don't know. I just feel like
Okay, to
she
clarify,
came for Gen X.
what is
I'm gonna
gen-
find
what
the
is
video. I'm gonna
generation
find
for
the
Gen X?
video and I'm gonna try to share it.
What's the age range for Gen X? To clarify,
It's like
Gen X is
68 or 69 to 80, I think.
yeah, it's 68 to 80. Correct.
yeah, because for Freaknik, I would have been, I wouldn't have been of age yet because I'm 80, so I would only been like 14 in 94. I wasn't even 80.
Exactly.
I was too young.
Thank you.
To clarify,
At the
And-
moment, it was somebody that went to Freaknik up until the edge.
So who went to Freaknik?
Mrs. Hamilton.
Oh,
Yeah, my God, it was like she went to Freaknik from, I want to say, the start. Oh, now she acting like she don't know. She the one who told me that she not gonna be on that documentary on Hulu.
But how old is your mom? Like, well, when was she born? You don't have to tell us how old she is.
we can do the math.
Huh? Because I'd be lying if I tried to do it.
I mean, I'm grown enough to do
They're grown. I'm the youngest person in this chat.
Hey mom, how
Okay.
you doing?
I think she said 48. She said she's 48.
No, she said 46.
Okay.
Okay, she's
46.
46.
So
Okay.
yeah, she's older than me because I'm 43. So yeah, we around the same age.
Yeah, she was just barely of age to go, like myself.
I'm about to find it.
But I would say my mama was in there every year. And my mom is, how old is my mama? 53? Yeah.
So okay, I found the
Yeah, she
clip.
was a little older than me.
I'm trying to share it. Hopefully nothing else pop up. So let's cross our fingers on that.
And how old is the oldest Gen Xer right now? I know I'm not doing the math right now.
So the oldest Gen X is ended 98. Well, 1980. If they're born in 1980, so it's the 20. So that would be 40.
The oldest Gen Xer.
Oldest.
That
So
would
it'd
be the youngest.
So it was so 68, so 12. So 12 added on whatever the age they would be now. What is that, 55?
So it'd be 8 years older than me. So yeah, they'd be about 53, 54.
Because I'm 37 and I was born in 86. So I'm a millennial. One of that you know, we at that perfect, that perfection. So the person who's complaining is a person my age, most likely, you know, and the person that fuck, my mother was a Generation X. I was raised by a boomer and I was raised by, what do they call them, the volunteers, or they call them the.
Your mom was a Gen X?
My mother was a Gen Xer.
Oh.
My mother was born, like, she was like the first of the Gen Xers. I think my mother was born 60, gotta be like 64. Because my aunties,
That's a boomer.
Yeah, that's boomer.
That's a young boomer.
let's see, I gotta pull up the exact year she was born. I know all my other aunties, I think, but I highly believe my mother was a Generation X. Like, if I may have the year that she was born incorrect, but I definitely know she was a Generation X. She was one of the earliest ones, and her behavior shows as well. She don't act like the rest of my aunties. She was very. A lot of stuff she was talking about with that woman. She was like, what she was talking about her family. I'm gonna show the clip, but my mama, she lived a life, and she also leaned on her parents to raise me. That's why I say I was raised by my mother, my aunt, and my grandparents. But after we watch this video, I want to get more in the discussion. So hopefully it shares and everything all right. Okay. Well, let's see. Can everybody see everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Y'all, I really want to talk about a subject that is not talked about a lot. And the Gen X generation gonna be real hot with me, but I really want to talk about the millennials who are doing the best they can without real grandmothers. And by the way, when I say Gen X, though, that's like whoever was born in 1968 to 1980. You know, back in the day when I used to play outside when I was a kid, I had friends who would always be at their grandmama and their auntie house. Now, my mother is not part of the Gen X generation. My mom was born in the 50s, right? So when I would go outside, I used to ask my friends like, dang, you been at your grandma's house for a real long time. Dang, you been at your auntie house for about a real long time. Where's your mom? Like, you know, did you talk to her? Is she okay? Because you've been here for about 14 days. I mean, you would have literally thought that I worked for child services at a young age because I had questions that needed answers because my mama didn't play that shit. She didn't believe in leaving me at her mama's house for umpteen days or her sister's house for umpteen days during school days and never returning until like the 14th day. Like, my mama did not play none of that. And it's sad to me how millennials, you know, when it's time for them to live their life, you know, if they want to go out for a weekend, hey mama, can you watch my baby for me? A lot of y'all in the Gen X generation, you won't even look out for them. And the sad part to me, Gen X will be like, oh, I don't got time for all of that. I done raised y'all. I want to live my life. Baby, it's 365 days in a year. Your children or your child been at your grandma's house back in the day, 364. So I'm trying to figure out who in the hell did you really raise? Some of y'all kids was at your sister house, your mama house, your great-great-grandma house. I mean, Gen X, a lot of y'all had a whole damn village when it came to y'all children. And you can't come through for yours? Now it's y'all turns to be the grandmama. It's now y'all turns to be the aunties. And this
when the emotions start coming out. Did y'all see her voice crack a little bit? Okay, I'm gonna continue. Okay.
So sad everybody looked out for y'all, but now it's your turn and you can't do nothing? And then you say, oh, I want to live my life. Oh, I want to live my life. Baby, what did you miss in your prime? Y'all was at the clubs 24/7. And let's not even talk about Freaknik, baby. You went every fucking year. Now your sister needs some help. Now your brother needs some help with, hey sis, can you watch my son for me? Can you watch my daughter for me for like an hour? Ooh, an hour? An hour?
That little monster.
Little Miss Unfit, an hour too much for you? Not the same bitch who left your child at your mama house sitting up here talking about, oh, I'm going to the club. I'm gonna be back at 9. I'm gonna be back at 9. Your mama had just told you she barely got food in the house, and you literally picking up your child, which was the millennial child. You picking up your baby Sunday evening. You can't sit up here and look out for your niece, your sister when it come down to your niece and nephew, but your children stayed at your sister's and your brother's house. Now it's your turn and you can't do nothing? And some of y'all was hella trifling, baby. Y'all would drop y'all kids off, walk off with your purse, and didn't even ask. And the sad part is nowadays, the millennials really can't even ask you because they know what you was about. They know what you about. Millennials don't even pull out half the shit y'all pulled off back in the late 80s and early 90s and 2000s, baby.
But they do.
Come on now. Because they know what type of person you are. And what gets me is about Gen X, a lot of y'all, not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all will literally sit up there and be like, you know, the reason why my child or the children, the way they are today, the reason why they're so independent is because of me. Are they the reason why they are today Because you taught them that, or because they didn't have a choice?
Same difference.
Because there is a difference between teaching your child to be independent and because they didn't have a choice. So which one is it? Because the millennials I went to school with, the ones that I played with, they raised themselves while you went and go fucked off. They raised themselves when you were still at that nigga house who still don't want you to this day. They raised themselves when y'all stayed at the club. They raised themselves when y'all spent the whole week at Freaknik. They raised themselves. And it's so sad, y'all sorry asses can't come through for nobody. And the sad part is, when it comes to your millennial child, her daddy already sorry. You picked her daddy, and then you gonna turn around and be a sorry ass mother, and turn around and be a sorry ass grandmama, and a sorry ass auntie. I mean, sometimes I look at, not all of y'all, but sometimes I look at the Gen X generation like a damn platypus. I mean, God just be making anything, because at this point, what are you good for? What are you good for? So my advice to my millennials, baby, continue to do the best you can. That's all you can, sis. That's all you can do, sis. That's all you can do, bro, is do the best you can. Because at this point, baby, I mean, you've been making it as far as we all can remember. You the one that's been raising. If you the oldest, baby, we all know you've been the one raising your damn siblings, all of them. Early one of them. Baby, we all know you the one who had to fend for yourself. Do the best you can. And just, instead of arguing with your mama, instead of arguing with your daddy, accept them for who they are and just keep trucking and just do the best you can. When your child start asking questions about, you know, why my grandma don't come around, why every time I look around, grandma won't let me come over, what's going on? Don't dog her out. Do not dog her out. She will see when she get of age. She will see when she get of age. Just keep trucking and handle your business.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Oh, dang, the chat going. All right. Hold on, give me one second. Let me get a phone out of there. Okay. So one, we see Court, who hurt her. I think her mama or her auntie hurt her. I highly believe that.
So with all that being said, I feel like she got Gen X confused with Boomer, because Gen X and millennials were with mama and auntie. And the Gen Xers helped raise the millennials, because our parents worked.
People forget that though. And that's the biggest point that I was gonna get on as well. I don't know what all this. I don't know why people forget that culture changed. Back in the day, your grandma and a lot of women were not allowed to work or had many abilities to have a career. Now they have careers, they have more opportunity, they have to deal with a lot of stress. And I know a lot of still Gen Xers that are taking care of their grandchildren when they have it. But hold on, and I want to be clear about this too. Yo, sound like you was raised by a neglectful parent. I was raised by a neglectful
that
parent.
part.
Everything. I was one of them kids at my grandma's house, living in my grandma's house. My mama living with her mama and daddy, okay? And she going out. Then I seen the person she's talking about, I got people like that in my family. Does it represent most people in my family? No, absolutely not. But baby girl, why you? She was trying to that's my question. Like, she started as a caseworker. I'm like, yeah, but why would you want to place your child with someone who didn't raise their child?
Exactly.
But again, I still say she.
Hold on, what you say, T?
I still say she had us confused, because right now Gen X is taking care of their wayward ass parents, boomers, and they're also helping to take care of semi-adult and adult children, because they can't afford to be on their own.
Say that.
And now you want us to take care of some grandchildren too? Like, most of us don't have them yet.
And a lot being said too, but having an expectation for it to be done is wild to me. And how often do you give back? That's my thing. My wife and I, we put ourselves in a
we
position
still working.
to give to. We want to make things easier for our elders. We were just having this conversation. We want to make things easier. When people come visit us, like friends, family, when y'all come visit us, y'all, it's better than a hotel. We go cook. Y'all gonna have towels at y'all door. We will let y'all know everything. Yeah, we go have
Absolutely.
fun. I know a lot of folks that you come over their house, it's like you damn near feel like you where everything at. The shit there ain't nothing clean. You don't feel. I'll go somewhere else. Why you don't want to stay with me? Yeah. You feel me? I'm good. But it's like the same way how you treat your elders. Like right now, once again, I'm 37. I'm right now, like when I'm talking about this moving, when my little cousins and all that, when I was there, and that's what I said, we can make excuses all day. When I was their age, when I was a teenager, I was calling my aunties and my elders like, hey, haven't heard from you in a while, just checking on you. That'd make their motherfucking day. You like just
I used
call
to do the same, Drake.
and it still need to happen. And them same aunties and grandparents, when you need something, do they answer or they ask you? Like,
do I need something? Yeah, they'll be like, you don't never ask me for nothing. Do you need anything? I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm trying to take. I rest in peace, my Aunt Pinky, one of the sweetest women you would knew in my life. Just good hearted, good folk, just a good woman, you know, good person. Period. Like every time I saw her, like I got in the routine. This is me, my junior, senior year in high school, all throughout. I knew she loved her. Was it her diet? Not diet. It was some Coca-Colas. She'll make some sweet potato. She used to make the best sweet potato pies. And I knew later in life I'm gonna make you a sweet potato pie. You ain't gonna make me nothing, auntie. But I'll bring her some Cokes. I'll go and like what you need from the grocery store. This is before cell phones and things really. Where they were really coming into effect. But I would go and get her a grocery list and I'll go get her groceries for her. How many folks do that now? How many people at our age and even younger than us are doing that?
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden you want to drop your kids off. Because the thing is, it seemed like she wanted to perpetuate the same neglect that she received. Well, the other people she didn't receive it herself. Right. That's some things she's saying. She never received it herself, but now she's trying to do it to other people. That's the crazy thing about it. Because I've had cousins. Like once again, I was the kid. My mama, like, okay, I'm about to go. I'll be gone for a few weeks. Or I'm about to be gone. Like, or I'll be gone for the weekend and don't come back a week later. My grandparents, like, I didn't think nothing of it at that time. But now as an adult, that was making shit things, you know? And it's like, and there's some people in my family, I wish I can figure a way to zoom in on my face right now. That no, I'm not driving my kids over there. No. Fuck no. Like, because I saw how you got down. And I see how you still get down. We don't need them type of drama. We don't need that type of drama and problems in my household. But this whole rant this woman went on, she need to be in some therapy. I would suggest. Because she's hurt. She says she don't have a village. She does. And then she want to find it. You still can build your village, baby. But you sure don't want to drop your kids off to everywhere unless you want them people in your life. You got to be careful with that. But I've had people.
Listen,
no, go ahead. Did we lose your T? Yeah, we lose. I don't. You're just hitting the bad spot right now, T.
Just saying, as a Gen Xer. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, try now. You're coming through now.
Underwater.
Yeah. You swimming, T. We'll give you a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a Gen Xer, I'll say when I got to go to my
shit. No, you're doing better now. It's like as soon as you calm down, as soon as you
I'm in the bougie neighborhood. Give me a second.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're here.
But I just wanted to say, whenever. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, whenever I had a chance to go to my grandmother's house, it was a vacation because being the oldest and I was a Gen Xer, we were the latchkey kids. I had to take care of my siblings.
I was talking to Shan about this yesterday. She didn't even know what a latchkey key was. She must have started driving.
So I was a mama at 12.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even.
See, but that's a reason, also a reason why I asked the question on the makings of you is, well, you'll be on Glow, you'll see. But one of the questions I ask is, when was your first sense of responsibility? I know that catch some people off guard, but if you're an older sibling, you're like, hell, taking care of my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
My
That's usually
first sense
coming
of
through.
responsibility is when I was 4 years old, when my mama had my youngest brother, and we stayed in Texas. And I just, one day I just wanted to start washing dishes, and I started, cleaning up the house. I started washing dishes at 4 years old.
Same here. See, I thought washing dishes was fun. My grandma made that shit look fun. See, and I talked about this before, even washing dishes. Like, man, y'all see me on live washing dishes. If you follow me on TikTok, you see me do that from time to time. Well, quite often. I don't mind washing dishes because I've said it before.
All the time.
But it reminds me of my grandmother. Because I used to wash, or either she'll wash. I used to be the one that dry. She'll wash it and I'll dry. Then older I got, we'll switch. So it's kind of like a connection I have. I may not always verbalize it, but it's one of them things I don't mind doing. Now, vacuuming the floor, I hate that. Y'all ain't ever see me do that. Now, because I have another type of emotional connection to that as well. I used to get scolded and stuff for vacuuming the floor. So I'm like, But washing dishes don't have no problem to me. But also taking out the trash has been a responsibility. Pumping the gas, a responsibility. Making my bed, responsibility. Protecting my brother, making sure my grandfather's taken care of, making sure if he had, I tell people all the time, he went to the point where he was in the bed, he couldn't take care of himself. I used to have to change his diaper and empty his urinal at least 3 times a day. And this is me like in 8 years old, 9 years old. So responsibility hit me very early. And so now when I got to pay bills and shit, it's just responsibility. I've always had it. It's a lot of folks sound like this woman here may not have had a lot of responsibility at an early age. And now she getting to that point like, yeah, this shit hard. Duh. Like, it don't have to be. It's going to be. I got a lot of shit doing right now, responsibility. Moving, packing, applying, still working, hosting the podcast, editing, recording, being a friend, being a husband, all this stuff going on simultaneously. Bitch, stop complaining. Get to work on it. And if I had kids, you have to plan for that as well. Now, once again, if your people were not there, what would you do? Once again, I got generation, what was saying? I got exes in my family, saying all of them exes. I know the ones I can rely on, the ones I can't. But to generalize a whole generation of people is irresponsible. Generation is irresponsible either way. But it's just like, yo, just put a name to who you talking to. I think that would have saved a whole lot of drama. Just say who you talking about.
Or she could have just hit them up directly.
That would have worked too. Absolutely. But that wouldn't have done nothing. Because if they don't care, they don't care. Trust me. My mom came and got my daughter when she clocked out of work because she wanted to. Because let's talk about the other side. Once again, this is CPS Drake. You know how many grandparents that want to take their kids away from their child? Let me say that. Do you know how many grandparents that want to take their children's kids?
Yes, my mom being one of them.
See, and I've seen some wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
See, and some of it is needed and necessary. Some of it is not. The stuff that I've seen like, well, maybe this person. Sometimes the person just needs support. Why can't you be the support? Sometimes, like, yeah, you should have took your grandchildren a long time away. How did your daughter grow up like that? I've seen all sides like that. How did your I've seen on the other end, I've seen grandparents have to raise their grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
That y'all know that was this conversation with CPS is so hard. But that's want to be one of the segments, bringing on grandparents and fictive kin aunts. I was raised by my aunt. Do you think my aunt wanted to raise me? She said she did, though. Because I'm named after her. So she always say she used to say all the time, I knew I was gonna get you one of these days, you know. Unfortunately, it was crazy shit, but we ain't gonna talk about that here. But the thing is, when I was being raised by her, it wasn't like she had an expectation that like she was gonna get this 12-year-old boy to come live with her. Out like all of a sudden, if she didn't have to. But as you know, people who have children and consider themselves parents, sometimes they have that lack of responsibility, you know, the breakdown what it takes to actually take care of a child. And then like, okay, it's a quick cop out, like to push them off. Like, wait, hold on, how much time we got on YouTube? Because you know, I don't mind putting this in. I just want to make sure we still doing well on the timing. So, like when I talk about my nieces, love y'all. They've been on the show. Yeah, I've seen them. I love them. Never forget they try to pull this stunt. I do mean stunt. I come in town, okay. You know, we either have to fly in, drive in, whatever. We don't have kids. We don't ask for a lot. We love our family. But the thing is, some of y'all kids either be acting up or they be hollering all the time. Acting up, breaking shit, talking back. You have no, like, very low respect until, like, but the thing is, we be trying to tell y'all, check that. But y'all way of parenting is different and y'all don't want to be told nothing. So, all right, we'll let you, okay, if we can't tell you nothing, I cha-cha slide my ass on out of it. Okay. But they try to slide out one night. We was I was just chilling, me and my wife kicking. We saw the kids. I'm like, oh, you know, one of them started doing a little something like, hey, where mama at? I looked outside. I knew my sister was going to the store or something. Man, I ran outside. They were all trying to jump in the car and ride out. Hey, bring that ass back. Where y'all going? Oh, we thought y'all wanted to watch the kids. Did you ask us? Nah, we ain't even around these kids too much. Nah, Come on, because we could have had plans of leaving ourselves, which we did, but y'all just didn't even take the time to ask us. That's irresponsible right there. But next thing you know, holler, y'all don't be watching, y'all don't be taking care of kids, y'all don't be doing this. We do it all the time. We've taken in family, period. But the fact of the matter is, this was something asked, and this is something was willing to do so. It's all about it's communication, respect, and consistency. So simple. And one of them came back in, was huffing and puffing. I'm like, I still love you, but you have to find a way to better communicate with us. Same look, years before they had kids, I never forget, they want to call me. Once again, they ain't nothing but like, I call them, but they ain't nothing about 5-6 years younger than me. But they're not that much younger than moi. Oh Lord, one texting me now. But hey, if you watch this, I mean everything I'm saying. But the thing is, and I done told them this before too. But the thing is, like, I remember years ago, this is right when I graduated. This is when I was working at CPS, my first job out of college. I got a job, but motherfucker, I'm broke. Okay, you know what I mean? Because you get out of college, you could be balling. But I never forget they say, you know, Uncle Bro, like it was like 3 of them called me all at once. This is when I was just visiting Fort Worth. Uncle Bro, man, let's go out, let's go do something. All right, like y'all want to kick it? Yeah, like man, hey, I can bring some cards. We can play spades. I don't play no spades. Oh man, we can go Monopoly. I'm down with Monopoly. Like, oh, I said, y'all got a PlayStation or something or Xbox? We get on the game and all that. This is what. Now we want to go out. Oh, okay. Y'all want to go like to the what? They want to go to the club. I'm like, once again, if they knew me, they knew I don't do clubs. You want to go to the club? I'm like, okay. Y'all got club, and I legit, and I meant this not as being missed. I'm like, y'all want to go? How much is that? And I'm like, okay, y'all got it. We can go. I'll take y'all there. I don't care. Nah, you ain't. You know, you balling. You cover both of us. I mean, all 3 of us. You got me fucked up. Like. But we still can kick it, but they didn't want to kick it if I wouldn't go pay their way into spots. That was a slap in the face, in my opinion. Like, we could spend time, we can hang out, we can have a great time with one another, but I'm not going to fund our way into clubs and spaces and all that. That really is not going to build nothing in our relationship. And once again, I'm not a fan of clubs. We'll talk about that another day, but I believe because I've seen too many deaths and violence there. It's not my cup of tea. So when I have those conversations with them still to this day, we can still enjoy each other without having money involved or, you know, in safe spaces that we already have. But if the way you having fun costs you so much money, or you can't take care of your kids, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Maybe you shouldn't go out. Maybe you don't have the resources to do it. And I just want to be mindful of that as well. Okay, I'm done with all that. Welcome to my TED Talk. Yeah, so, but before we slide out on YouTube, do y'all have anything y'all want to shout out or share?
It's not your grandmother's responsibility to raise your kids. It's your responsibility to raise your own kids. They should have their own choice as to whether or not, if they want to get your child or not. So when you're talking about Gen X, don't place everybody in that scenario. I feel like you, Drake, she should have just pointed out who she was talking about, because she was mad at somebody.
What did she do?
Mm-hmm. When your voice, like you said, when your voice get to crackling, that's what type of emotion is that? Like
Projecting.
Yeah. Yep.
I gotta send this.
And she may very well be right about whoever it is that she's talking about, but that don't mean you have to project your feelings onto an entire generation.
Agreed. I'm so proud of y'all. And I wish I could share this picture with y'all right now. We taught some young folks how to play spades, and now they teaching their friends how to play spades. That's what I'm talking about. Pay it forward. Pay it forward.
Love to see it.
What you say?
I said we love to see it.
To see it. I hope all y'all know how to play spades. That could be the conversation for next Sunday. Is how to play spades here on Everything Culture. All right.